So I basically just been laying here like this. Uh, Most of the time, I have my balaclava up over my head so that nothing crawls on me. Um, and I'm just trying to figure out a way to make it so it's a little more comfortable. Howdy y'all, welcome back to Cam Shack Productions. Today we're gonna go out and I'm gonna take the stuff that I would normally have if I was going on a day hike to say take some photos at a lake, a peak, something like that where I'm planning on being out hiking all day long. And I'm gonna take just the gear that I have in my backpack. We're gonna spend the night out there and see how it goes. So my wife is gonna take my safety net away and I'm gonna wander up the hills until tomorrow morning. So let's get after it. There she goes. Up the trail. All right, y'all. So here's the scenario. You were out on a hike. You were fishing. I was out taking photos at the lake. I had my pad. I was kind of chilling, enjoying my time, and I fell asleep at the lake. And I looked down and it was 5 o'clock. The sun is going to set at about 7:30. And as I was trying to hurry down the trail, I got lost. So until I get more light, until I have some satellite signal or some cell reception, I am stuck where I'm at tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the gear that I have inside of my day pack. And again, yeah, this is a pretty heavy day pack. I'm carrying gear for taking photos. So I have a lot of extra gear in here and ways to make myself comfortable while I'm sitting around for hours at a time. You know, if I was just going for a 2-hour hike, I probably wouldn't have all this stuff. But if I'm going out for a full day to explore, I've already eaten lunch, I've had my day at the lake, I've enjoyed myself, this is pretty much what I'm gonna carry with me. So tonight, we're gonna take this gear, I'm gonna show you what's inside of here, we're gonna spend the night right here and survive with just what I have in a day pack. So let's go through some of this gear and I'll show you guys what I've got. All right, y'all. Before we dive into the gear, I want to take a second and I want to thank all of you that have gone down and hit that subscribe button. I reached my 1,000 subscriber goal. That's what this whole thing is about, is me celebrating with all of you. I wanted to do something totally different and crazy. And I just wanted to say thank you for helping me get to that 1,000. Now, I'd really appreciate it for those of you that are watching, which is about 98%. If you wouldn't mind, go down and join all the people that are subscribing to this channel, because the more of you I get, the more great content I can make. And again, I just want to say thank you. So please take a second, go down, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy what you're seeing so far, hit that like button as well. All right, let me show you what's inside of here. Okay guys, this is gonna be kind of a long process because I wanna go through everything that I would carry in my backpack. And again, this isn't stuff that I carry on every single hike that I go on, but if I'm going for a day to take some photos or something like that, this is usually what I'm gonna carry. So this is my Ozark Trail foam pad. This thing is super lightweight, super durable. I can throw it down on the ground when I'm taking photos if I want to lay down or something like that. It's really nice and it's just not that heavy and it's durable. So I don't have to worry about it getting, punctured like I might if I was using an air pad. So I can actually take it and utilize it right away. So what else do I have in here? I have my Zoleo satellite communicator. Anymore, I think those are just a must-have. I have my Wise Owl Outfitter rain tarp. This is my rain fly that I've been testing for the last little while. And like I said in my last video when I was talking about this has become an every hike carry for me. It's so light, it's so big, and it's got so many uses. Again, when I'm taking photos, if it starts to rain, I want to be able to put up a tarp or something, and this just is super light and worth carrying. All right, what else do I have in here? Umbrella, super important. This is just a hoodie. This is a nice little sun hoodie that I carry with me. This is camera gear, so there's a filter in here and my little pouch that I keep my Rode microphone in and a microfiber cloth. Also super useful, right? My snack, I got a Snickers bar, Ziploc bag, my reader glasses, GoPro head wearing thingy. I usually carry a headband. I have the GoPro because, again, I always just like to make sure that I have my little GoPro with me. Super easy. I have a neck gaiter. I have a lighter. And I have my Cooler Clean, which we're going to talk more about this later. I'm excited about this. All right, let's get into the main pocket. All right, inside of this, I have all of my camera gear. You know, usually I'll keep like a pair of gloves, another hoodie just in case, something light, batteries, anything that I want to keep dry and safe. And also if it starts to really rain, I can put my camera inside of this. So I always have that with me. Because I was up at the lake and I was enjoying myself, I have my fuel canister, and I have my pot so that I can boil some water and make some coffee. So inside of here, I have my instant coffee, I have my stove, and I have my cup. So this is, again, something that I'm probably going to carry if I'm taking photos, so that when I'm sitting there for hours waiting for the light or something like that, I can just cook, which is really, really nice. Again, for as light as that is, it's worth carrying. All right. Okay. This is just the rest of my gear that I keep in there, and I keep it inside of this pack liner so that if it starts to rain, not everything gets wet. Inside of here is my REI Gore-Tex jacket. This is my emergency kit, which has everything from my life straw, fire starter, compass, all the great things. I do have a video about this and how I built this. If you want, I'll leave a link either in the description or right here in the video. So go check out what I keep in my emergency kits. Toilet paper, a little hand sanitizer. You never know. All right. My food bag, which I covered in my video of 7 essential things to take hiking. I have drink mix, I have couscous, I have a bunch of different granola bars, I have a spoon, I have some tea, just my extra little emergency food bag. I have my paracord, again, 75 feet of paracord, always keep that with me. I have my first aid kit, which is also something that I always just carry. There's no reason not to. And again, because we're kind of in those seasons where things can change really fast, especially when you're out at sunrise or sunset, this is my down puffy coat. I just keep it right inside of here. Stays nice and easy for me, and really keeps everything super simple. Then I have one water bottle that I keep full. I have an extra small little water bottle that I just keep with me. And then I have my other backup water. And again, I have my life straw. So with the stream right here, I have the ability to filter water if I need it. All right. We are fully emptying the backpack here, guys. Inside my little pouch here, I have my Swiss Army knife. I have another granola bar. I have another granola bar. I have some gum, an extra GoPro battery, because if you use GoPros, you know why. Another granola bar. These are just like my trail snacks, right? Some meat sticks that I can eat at some point. And then just a bunch of like little hard candies, a cough drop, things that I can suck on if while I'm hiking, if I need to add some moisture, I can. So that is the gear that I would normally carry for a longer day hike. If I'm going out for 6-8 hours, I'm going to be walking 6 to 12 miles. This is what I'm going to take to make sure I have what I need. So now that we've seen all of that, let's dive into how we can utilize the stuff to make ourselves somewhat comfortable and get through the night. You know, I think it's really important to understand that you guys can totally do all this stuff. So let's dive into it. Oh, you know what? I think I have one more thing in my bag. Oh, I do. I have my emergency poncho bivy sack, which we're definitely going to be using. So I gotta make sure that I have this. All right, let's get camp set up and I'll show you guys what it's gonna be like to spend the night out here with not really much of anything other than this stuff. So, all right, let's set up camp. All right, y'all. You can see we've got our little shelter set up here. We have our thermal blanket out of our emergency kit. We have a sleeping pad. We have a bivy. But again, I'm not gonna pull out the bivy or this until it starts to get cold. Until then, I figure I'll set up my sleeping pad. I'll make this a little space where I can hang out and wait for it to get dark and cold. I have a couple jackets as well, so that'll make things much easier. But voila, simple tarp, ready, set up, its own guidelines, everything ready to go. So not bad at all. All right, I'm gonna check out around here, see what's close by, look for water paths and make sure I'm in a good spot and kind of kick it for a minute. Check back in with you guys here in a little while. Tarp. Not a bad little setup. And my guideline goes out to that tree. This little tarp is pretty bomber. And then I got a lot of space. Got my pad laid out. It wouldn't suck so bad if I had to get stuck like this for sure. I definitely have everything I need and more, and soon enough we're gonna have some coffee. My little trekking pole, and then just tied around this tree, and then we're just attached to that rock right there. Not bad. So, not bad. Welcome to my little camp. I have to say, I am thinking that this will do great. I mean, if it's a torrential downpour, I'll have to definitely work on it, but if it's a light sprinkle or anything like that, this should be good. Aside from the fact that I'm going to get absolutely destroyed by bugs, this is pretty nice. Got my little stream right down there. Not bad, not bad at all. Now we hang out and wait for it to get dark. Then the real battle begins. Oh, that's right. So, another tip that I have for you while you're doing this kind of stuff is try to keep yourself as organized as you can. Don't spew your gear all over like you might if you were in a tent, right? You gotta think about if you need to move, if something happens, if a boulder falls or the water starts to roll really hard and you have to move. So just having your gear tight is a really, really useful tip, I think. All right. Look at that. Coffee mug. Our boiling water pot, which is also nice. And our little stove that we did our video on last week where I said, if you're a beginner, I would use a jet boil over this. And I told you, I'd probably be carrying this thing. Know what you're doing, and you're prepared for it to possibly break. And again, if this were a real emergency situation and say I didn't have this, I could build a fire if I needed to for warmth, right? I'm using this to cook myself a little bit of coffee, but if I really needed it to stay warm, I would light a fire. I'm not going to be lighting a fire. There are some restrictions in place right now, and I really don't need it. It's not cold enough to warrant a fire. Get a little water out for us here. Now, again, I've got a life straw. I've got a water source about 25 yards behind me. So I'm okay to boil extra water and to get this thing nice and rolling here. So, all right, well, looks like the piezo is already out on this thing, so we'll go the old-fashioned way here. Now, you just want to make sure that you're staying close to this thing, right? I don't want it to be so far away from me that if it spills or something happens, I also don't want it so close that I'll knock it over or it'll get too hot for me to be sitting this close to it. The thing is definitely a little burner there. Pack liner. Super crucial. And as of right now, I'm not hungry, but if I do get hungry, I have my couscous and I don't have to add hot water to this. I can just pour cold water in it and eat if I need to. But what I really wanted was my spoon. Got me my cappuccino powder here. Save a little bit of that in case I need some in the morning or something like that before I head down. I have some tinfoil in case I need to make a wind block. There are massive ants crawling all over the place around. Better. Oh, I'm gonna have to contend with ants all night long. It's gonna be part of this. This is gonna be a long night for sure. Especially seeing as how the sun doesn't set for another 30 minutes. And I'm hoping it cools off because otherwise the bugs, there are so many mosquitoes around. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. But I can hood up. I can put my gaiters over my face. But I definitely am gonna have to do something about these giant ants that are all over my camp spot. Ooh, almost time for coffee. Oh, yes. Hot, hot, hot. It's definitely not cold enough to need this, but I figure the caffeine and the little pick-me-up that'll come out of this will be nice for sure. Oh, so hot. God, you'd think I'd learn. Oh, I never do. I just want to drink it. The cappuccino is so good. It's really pretty right now. Oh God, stop doing that. All right, I'm gonna let this cool off. I'm gonna drink it. Enjoy a little time here. Just kind of kick it. Relax a little bit. Have a coffee step 2 tonight instead of an adult step 2. So, all right, check in with you guys once it gets a little chiller. Alrighty, y'all. It is about 9 o'clock. The temperature is starting to drop a little bit for sure. Haven't needed to put on a jacket or anything. I would say it's probably about 65 right now. But I definitely am going to want to put on something. And I'm probably going to take my neck gaiter and cover my face just because there are so many bugs crawling around right now. There are ants all over. I just saw a big old centipede. I've seen a few spiders. So just to kind of protect myself throughout the night, I am definitely going to cover up, pull my little hand things down and just kind of keep it chill. But right now, I think I'm gonna just hang out. I'll probably make a cup of tea a little bit later here once it starts to get colder. But right now, I am just relaxing. I just saw some people walking down the trail. I could see their headlights. So I'm just chilling, enjoying my little space. Took my backpack, made a pillow, got a nice little place to lay down. So overall, not bad at all. So I will check in with you guys if I make some coffee, um, or if I fall asleep. I'm going to try to set up a nighttime lapse, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, not too bad. I mean, again, aside from all the creepy crawlies, really chill, really dry, really warm so far. So, all right, y'all. Well, it is about 2 o'clock. I have fallen asleep for about an hour on and off. I'm very tired. It got cold. The wind started to blow, so I put on my puffy coat and I pulled out the Mylar blanket, which is surprisingly good. I am really stoked with how this thing is working. So I basically just been laying here like this. Most of the time, I have my balaclava up over my head so that nothing crawls on me. And I'm just trying to figure out a way to make it so it's a little more comfortable. My hips are sore. My back is definitely sore. My body is wrecked just from laying on the ground. Like I said, I'm 47, I'm old. And having a pad that's only that thick, it's rough for sure. But I gotta say, surviving, definitely. I would not say I'm lacking anything. I have a Snickers bar, an almond Snickers bar in my bag that I'm going to eat here in a minute. And if I can't fall back asleep, I'm probably. Uh, Sorry, guys. I am so tired. I'm probably going to boil some more tea if I don't fall asleep. Something to do at least. So I'll keep you posted. But as of right now, I'm just kind of kicking it, trying to stay warm and cozy. And I'm telling you, it's warm inside of this once you put all these layers on and you put this blanket over you. So, all right, I'm gonna try to get some sleep. I'll check in with you guys either later if it's something or in the morning. All right, I hope I get some sleep. Wish me luck, guys. I'll see y'all. I'm so tired. Just want to go to sleep. All right, peace. All right, y'all. Good morning. It is about 6:30. I just, I guess, woke up. I slept for about 4 hours of the 10 that I was laying down here. It wasn't awful, I gotta be honest. This little space blanket really helped a ton. My foam pad helped a ton. It's definitely worth carrying that thing. And this tarp is Balmer. So these things definitely made it much more comfortable. Like I said, I never woke up shivering. I didn't sleep great, and I'm old, and I got some aches and pains from just laying on the ground for this long. But, overall, this would be a much better move than going out and getting yourself further lost. Just taking the time, camping out, wait until you can see to take care of it. So I'm going to get up, I'm going to make some coffee, I'm going to hang out for a few minutes, and then I will give you my final thoughts as we're packing up and making coffee. All right, y'all, check in with you here in a second. Ooh, got the hot water. Sorry, gotta turn on the headlights so I don't burn myself while pouring. Always one of my life goals. Although 2023 It's not been a good year for that for me. It's been the year of the burns. Year of the burns. I burnt myself with some cooking oil. I continually burn my mouth for some reason lately. It's like I'm reverting back to childhood and I can't remember that stuff is hot and then I need to wait to eat it or drink it, you know? Kind of like I know that this cappuccino is going to be hot, but I want it so bad. And I gotta be honest, I was expecting it to be quite a bit colder last night. I mean, it probably dropped to 50, so not awful. Oh yeah. It's gonna be too hot. Way too hot. All right, I'm gonna let that cool off. I'm gonna pack some of this stuff up so it's not all out in the way. And we'll get ready to head down. Meet Brandy. What time is it? I've got 45 minutes. Excuse me, I've got an hour and 15 minutes until Brandy gets here, so should be plenty of time to get everything packed up and get the mile and a half down the trail to meet her. So, all right. Yay for surviving off of what's in your day pack. Tell you, having the right stuff sure makes this a lot better. All right, y'all. So, obviously, the best piece of advice I can give is to not have to do this, right? To have your map, to know where you're going, to be prepared, to make sure you have plenty of time to not fall asleep at the lake, whatever it is. First step is to avoid this situation. Second step is to be prepared. You know, again, I went through all my essential gear that I think every hiker should carry on every day hike, regardless of how far it is. And you know, for something like this, when I'm going even further, you know, carrying a tarp, carrying an extra jacket, carrying some of those things, the 5 pounds that it puts on my back is well worth it in case something like this happens. Now, this is not going to be in the ultralight zone. This is not going to be in the ultra quick zone, but it's going to give me something that if I do get into this situation, I have what I need. And last night I had everything I needed and then some. Like I said, I don't even think I really got cold. I wasn't shivering or chattering or anything like that. You know, the hardest thing to deal with was all of the ants that were crawling all over. And I just put my neck gaiter up over my face and would fall asleep for a couple hours. And then I would wake up with my hips being sore and I'd have to roll over and then kind of start the process again. But you know, having what I needed and being prepared really made this experience doable. I mean, it was not the most awful experience of my life for sure. Kind of reminded me of backpacking in the early 90s when all we had were closed-toe foam pads and our hips were hitting the ground the entire time. That's exactly what this thing was like. So, you know, overall, y'all, again, I want to say thank you to everyone for helping me get to that 1,000 subscribers. We're going to keep going. And with the channel potentially getting monetized, hopefully it will mean I can create bigger, better, more videos, doing more gear reviews, some things like that, so that I can bring you guys some more content. And this was just kind of a way to say, hey, thanks for supporting us and thanks for being part of Camp Shack Productions, because our community is growing, our conversations are growing, and you guys are really starting to turn out to be some pretty awesome people. So again, I can't thank you enough. I hope this video was enjoyable. I hope that you gained some knowledge on it. And I hope that for those of you that are not subscribed, you will go down right now, hit that subscribe button, and if you're feeling super generous, hit that like. Otherwise, I will see you all in the next video. Be well, my friends.